It's January, our wonderful listener, our lovely devoted viewer, and what else do we have? See, normally there's Kath here next to me, but she's staying in bed today. She's decided she's going to leave me alone. I'm bereft. I don't know what to do with myself. No, but seriously, we're back with Our Town Has Plenty, season 3. Oh, ding, 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 ding. And there was a conversation had with the wonderful Gwendolyn Coates, who you may not know is mother, Marjorie, to these two wonderful people here, Josephine Davis and Barnaby Davis, who we're going to look at in more detail. Along with Barnaby is the fantastic bar that we have here. But Gwendolyn brought these wonderful people to the world. And I did say, where were we? We were at Mike's, weren't we?
It was at the Jazz Festival.
The Jazz Festival, that's right.
Jazz Festival.
And
yes.
And it was one of those, do you know what, you've got an amazing family conversations, wasn't it? And you went, oh! I said, maybe you'd think about corralling them into a room so we could have a chat.
Well, you said the most wonderful thing, and it was such a huge compliment. So when you were speaking at the festival, and it was such a fabulous day.
I had to do a warm-up, didn't I? Yes, I did
at
an
the
intro.
warm-up, you said, "Thank you, Gwendolyn, for bringing them into the world. Thank you forever." And I thought, oh, that was such a lovely thing to say.
Yeah, yeah. I think people just they don't appreciate that. When I look back, you know, if you do a bit of a deep dive on you guys as a family, which of course I had to do, you know, because I'm really interested, I'm insatiably curious, nosy they called it back in the day, you realise that you guys are supremely talented people because a lot of work went in. And that, you know, people just say, oh, they're just musicians. Are they though? No. It starts with an awful lot of hard work. So we're going to go back to the mother. We're going to start with you, Gwendolyn. Because you do a lot of things in this town, don't you? Tell us what you do, because I've got you down as some things that you've done in your past. What are you currently doing in the town? And then we'll go into your past a bit.
Generally messing about on the seafront. But apart from that, it's just lovely being by the sea.
Yeah.
So when Barnaby set up this bar, and the whole philosophy behind it was to support the arts.
Yeah.
I'm not an artist, I'm a writer. So I thought it would be lovely just to, you know, for it to be a place where writers can come.
Yeah.
So we do quite a lot of writing things here. There's...
You're a fiction writer yourself, aren't you, and a poet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So we have the Writers' Cafe here on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Yeah. And Tim Barlow, who you did a marvellous interview with, and Della. We set up the Hastings Book Festival Fringe here with our friends and colleagues from the Book Festival, so that was great fun.
Yeah.
And then I've written poetry to some of the art that we have here, the art exhibitions.
Yeah.
And there's the Hastings Literary Lounge who meet here.
It's not like you do much, is it, really?
No,
just sit around?
No, just mess about on the seafront.
Clearly.
Also NaNoWriMo.
Yes, we did. The November Writing Month.
Yeah.
Which is a whole month where you focus on getting the first draft of a novel written.
Wow.
50,000 words in 1 month.
Is this when people just come and just write silently and...
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. And then they have a drink afterwards.
And then that's the Writers' Cafe, but also the November Writing Month. Yeah, and we are very much, encouraging people to come and write here. And they do say just to have that 2 hours where you sit silently, but with other people sitting silently, something magical happens in that space.
I wonder if it's like choir when you join a choir and you suddenly realise the whole place is singing almost with the same heartbeat because they're harmonising and the energy is making that happen in the room like it must do upstairs, and people are really sort of... Is it upstairs and downstairs?
It's upstairs, the Writers' Cafe, and I think we write to the heartbeat of the fridge.
that you can hear the fridge, by the way. But we are in a working bar, so you know it is what it is. and the ice machine, and the phone might ring because when people book. But but your writing is really interesting because a lot of it was generated because what people don't know about you, if they've not actually sat and listened to you, is you lived in the Shetland Islands as a crofter.
Yes.
What's a crofter?
A crofter is a Scottish smallholder. So it's not a farm.
Yeah.
The idea is that you are producing food mostly for yourself and your family with a small excess. So it's not a farm, it's a small holding. And you can tell from my accent, I am not a Shetland born woman. My parents went up there in the late 60s.
Wow.
It is a bit of a cliche to say they wanted to get away from it all. They were both working in London and went up to Shetland. But that's where the cliche finished because they really made a huge and wonderful success of it.
Yeah.
And I was at Newcastle University when they went. I'd just left home.
Yeah.
And went up there and really fell in love with it.
Wow. It's very austere, isn't it? It's incredibly...
It is
compared
austere.
to what we live with now.
It is austere, and it is a joke, but it's always said that in Shetland we have 10 months of winter and 2 months of bad weather.
Yeah.
Which is not true at all. It is a magical place.
You adapt, don't you, to the weather?
Yeah, you moved to Hastings.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it was the place that my parents got was a wonderful croft in the north of the main island.
Wow.
So it had no electricity and no water in the house. And
You had a well.
There was a well, yes. And so we got together and just started to restore it and renovate it.
Yeah.
And my father was somebody who would just begin a project without any apparent planning.
Nice.
My brother and I talk about this nowadays and say, did that really happen? Did he really just say one day, I think we'll just take the roof off and just build up a bit, because it was a one-storey croft house.
Sure.
Yes, he would sort of issue you with, tools and say, right, we'll do it today.
No sooner the thought than the deed.
Quite. And my mother, who liked to plan things a bit more, was just sort of managing in this muddy chaos extremely well.
But it worked.
Yes.
And he built another story.
Yes.
And he put a lid on it.
Yes.
And you lived in it.
It's called a roof.
Yeah. But you just managed it. And so you were both born up there, weren't you?
Yes.
We were.
Not,
Where were you born first then, Mum?
I was born in Ireland.
So we've all got Irish passports.
Yes.
I'll be getting mine soon, don't worry. It's
I
very
would do
important.
that while you still can.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's a bit strange that I was born in Ireland. I have a Welsh name, lived most of my life in Shetland Islands.
Where in Ireland were you born?
Dublin.
Oh,
If you get me drunk enough, I can do an Irish
know.
accent,
Yeah.
which I did have when I was a tiny child.
You just have to, don't you? Slancher. That's lovely. So you guys were born there. So when did you? How much of it do you remember being born up there?
Probably me more than Josephine. I was 2 when we moved south. Josephine was only 6 months. And the house renovations did result in me having hypothermia.
Ooh.
She didn't mention that,
you
did
not
she?
to say
Mum.
that.
Oh, Mum.
We don't bother with flu or COVID in this family, but we do proper stuff. I've had malaria and hypothermia. So,
Well, I did tell you not to say that because it's so embarrassing. But we cut our own peat, you see.
Yeah.
And
Sparingly.
Yes.
Mm.
It was a bit cold in the house. Yes. So
Austere, we call it, not cold.
Yeah.
Brisk.
What do we call it?
Brisk.
What do we call it?
Brisk.
Brisk or fresh.
Fresh.
Fresh,
Rat likes to use fresh.
Good
Because
for
it's
lunch.
fresh, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, to set them up for being extremely resilient.
Yeah. And has that become a thing for you both to become as progeny of this woman who likes a different life? She liked a different life. And she still does. So you're looking at two
Definitely
people who've come
pretty
through.
hardy. Josephine's hardier than I am, actually.
Really? Ah,
I mean, she's a sea swimmer.
you are.
Christmas Day, you'll see her there in a swimming costume. You won't see me doing that,
No, no.
mainly because it's cold.
Yes. It's for the seals.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I would agree.
You
Well
barely
done,
see
Patsy.
you in a swimming costume in August, I think.
Yeah, barely. In August, I go in. But-
They did used to go in the sea because although we left at that point when they
Yeah.
were little, we did
You
go
did
back.
go back. Of
Yes.
course. Yeah, you would have done.
Yeah, so you asked actually how much we remember, and I can't speak for Josephine, but somehow taking the ship, particularly from Aberdeen into Lerwick, there is that sense of homecoming. It is beautiful.
Oh,
It's cold. There are no trees up there because of the salt wind,
yeah.
which
of
is
course.
maybe what people think. Well, there's something unfamiliar about Shetland, but I certainly feel as though I'm coming home. I haven't been there for a long time, and actually the last time I was there, was it when I played the Mozart Requiem for the orchestra,
Yes, gosh.
which is a really long time ago, isn't it?
Yes.
Sort of 15 years ago maybe. So I haven't been for a long time.
Mm.
And but our uncle, who has an organic beef farm in Aberdeenshire, Mum's brother, he has just bought a little place at the very top of Shetland.
Wow.
It's bigger than you think, by the way. It's 90 miles from top to bottom.
Really? That's considerable.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's quite a big island, the mainland.
Yeah.
But you've been very recently, haven't you? Because
Yeah, it
of
was
your new album.
last August. Oh, well, it would have been the August before last, actually, since we're now in January.
Yeah.
It's 2026.
Yay.
Yes, I visited in order to go and stay at Paul's new place in Yell, and also do some videoing for promotion of the album that I released last October. I've got no sense of time. Which is called Weatherwoods and was inspired by Shetland. So I don't remember it from when I was a baby, but we did go back quite a few times. And like Barnaby, I have this sense of homecoming.
Yeah.
And I think it's something to do with the light and the air and the difference. It's very different as soon as you get off the ferry or out of the plane. It feels like somewhere other. So I went up to do some videoing, and funnily enough, I was expecting to get some weather since the album was called Weatherwoods, and it was August when I went up, and it was beautifully sunny, clear blue skies, not much wind, very unusual for the
Unusual
Shetland
blue
Islands.
sky.
Yes,
Yeah,
so
wow.
the videoing doesn't particularly look like I was imagining in storm and rain and blustery winds and all of that kind of thing. But it was gorgeous.
Nice.
So, I
Oh.
mean, the connection has remained because I have two other children and we went back there to live.
Yeah.
So then Barney and Josephine would come and stay, of course.
So your connection with the Shetlands is strong.
Very much so. If people say, where do you come from? It's definitely Shetland.
It's where you identify with.
It's where that's where I feel my soul resides.
Yeah, totally. What is it? The dust of our bones. We feel that will be there when we go.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I've gone poetic
Yes.
there. But so you bring these magnificent people into the world, and you're both drawn to music, because Mum, poetry, writing, and putting on wonderful events and getting involved with stuff. And you two gravitated towards music. Was there any reason for that?
Shall I chip in first?
Certainly.
I call her Feeny or Phoenix because I couldn't say Josephine when
Yeah.
I was small, and I still call her Phoenix today. So if you hear me say that, that is Josephine.
Yeah.
And we were very, very fortunate, although we lived briefly in Norfolk, actually, but they used runner beans for currency, so we left there fairly quickly and came down here. I was 7, when we were in and around Hastings.
Yeah.
Josephine was 5.
Yeah.
And we were very, very lucky in those days with the East Sussex Music Service.
Oh.
And my mother, our mother, just being a wonderful taxi service and facilitator
Fantastic.
for all the things that we did. And music was there, it was supported by the schools. I know that's not the case now, funding is much more difficult, but we were very, very fortunate to be at the time when there were grants available. By the age of 13, I start actually at school. We played piano, Mum plays guitar. She's an old hippie, have you not heard her play guitar and sing?
Wonderful. That's what I love.
Very tone based.
Yeah, I'll rephrase that, young hippie.
Cheers.
But Josephine was...
Hippies are eternal, actually. They don't die.
She's an eternal.
Absolutely,
They are
eternal
eternal.
hippie.
Yeah,
All right.
eternal hippie.
Josephine could play the piano very early on. I could play a little bit. We would do things all together. And when I was in my first year at secondary school, in Rye actually, the music teacher produced a trombone. Thomas Peacock it was
What a
called,
good
yeah.
school. I used to teach there for a while.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Oh, my
back in the day.
sympathies. My year was particularly bad.
Oh, no, they're great. I love them.
Well, I was very fortunate that the music teacher produced a trombone and said, does anybody fancy having a go at that?
Yeah.
There are free lessons and here's a trombone. And I don't know quite what prompted me to put my hand up and say, I'll have a go at that.
Fantastic.
And I suppose it was
Bigger
like
than you.
It was enormous, this trombone. And I was very, very fortunate again to have Professor Peter Mitchell, who was, he's still around actually, he's a member of CAMRA,
Cool.
Campaign for Real
yeah,
Help.
absolutely.
And he was just wonderfully encouraging. And he would immediately put me into ensembles. Again, Mum helped with this.
Nice.
And by the age of 13, I was in Belgium with the Hastings Youth Orchestra. At 14, I was in Berlin with the Hastings Youth Big Band.
Yeah.
Great lager. Oh no, 18, 14.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Whoopsie daisies.
It's okay, it's legal in Berlin.
Oh, it's legal. Right.
I
Okay.
didn't know that either.
Yeah. Well, I did get suspended. I got thrown out of various orchestras.
I knew that.
She knew that bit. I was very lucky again to have a grant to go to the Junior Royal College of Music by the age of 15.
Fantastic.
And all of that, you don't realise as a kid probably just how influential that is going to be in future life. You don't take anything your mum does with any thanks. It's all taken for granted, of course,
It is.
at the time.
At the time.
And one of the things I really remember, and then I'll hand over to Josephine, is at the White Rock, and it probably would have been 1990. It was the youth big band again.
Yeah.
I was on lead trombone, Josephine was on lead alto, and I stood up to do a solo, and when I sat back down again, the chair tipped off the back of the stage.
No!
Yeah.
Awesome.
Do you remember that?
Moment.
Oh, it was brilliant. Yeah.
Causing chaos from the brass section at the back.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
So
It's like
if
the
all of
Nazi
these
corner.
things are maybe gradually percolating to running a big band today, but Josephine, your thoughts growing up with music?
Yes, it's thanks to Barnaby that I play the saxophone actually, because I had
Really?
played we always had a piano in the house, so I did play the piano, which I think is great, especially learning to read music as a child, because you learn as you would a
It's
language. So
Absolutely.
you don't think about it, and I know adults who are trying to read music, and it's really difficult. But for me, that was always just a skill that I've taken for granted. But I think it's when we went to secondary school, there was a music cupboard, and the whole class was invited to go and choose an instrument. So we all piled in there, and of course I was quite small and shy, so I was at the back, and all that was left was this little case, and I thought, ooh, that'll do. And it was a flute, so I started on the flute at age 11. And then when I was about 13, I think Barnaby said, well, you should play the saxophone because it's much cooler. So I said to our father, Dad, can I have a saxophone for Christmas? So he bought me this, and to my eternal regret, it was a saxophone, an alto saxophone in a battered old case. And all my friends basically took the mickey out of it, and I was really desperate to impress everybody at that age. So I said, actually, I need a new one. So he exchanged it, and I always wonder what that saxophone would have
The
been. It could have
history
been
of that
some
saxophone.
great vintage alto. So anyway, that's the story of how I started on the saxophone.
You've got to
But I was
shine.
always terrified of playing any jazz. I just thought it's something mysterious and impossible, and that I would never be able to do. So I played classical alto, and as Barnaby was saying, the music school here was brilliant.
Yeah.
So I also went with various orchestras and wind bands over to Europe and did my only ever solo at the Albert Hall, which was accidental because I was in the choir with my friend Becky, who's a wonderful opera singer. And we didn't really go to any rehearsals, and when we did, we were just giggling at the back. So of course I sang in the rests in the Albert Hall with all of these school choirs. So just great experiences, and I think, as Barnaby was saying, it's a real shame that funding is cut because it's so important. We don't really appreciate how relevant those experiences are for the whole of adulthood.
Well, they build people. They're bringing it back finally, which I think is, thank God. It's so important to do it because it has a whole new layer of discipline and dedication and focus
and community
and joy.
Well.
Exactly. And the fact that you can actually play all together and the fact that they're now recognising it doesn't have to be the grey road of STEM and come in to bring the music, the arts. It should be an A on the end of that, shouldn't it? With the arts and whatever the arts brings, because it gives us an expression, and I think this is what the town's really famous for, being very expressive. And thank goodness you guys just went for it and so well as well. But you loved it and just. Did you play together when you were young?
A little bit, didn't we?
Because sorry, Josephine said you were classically trained. So were you classically trained at the beginning?
Yes.
So it's the best way to start.
Oh, yeah, we didn't do jazz.
It was regarded as low brow, wasn't it? In the 90s.
Unpredictable.
Folk music and
The
classical
grounding.
music.
I have a great memory. I don't know whether remember this, Josephine, but playing Lily the Pink in the front room in her screen.
Blinky music.
You would have been on the piano, I would have been on trombone, Mum would have been on guitar and singing. It was just
I wish we had a
dreadful,
video
I expect,
of
but
that.
such fun.
Oh, so do I. So do
Yeah,
I.
really good fun.
But
So
isn't that how you learn though? The more fun you
Absolutely,
have
Mm.
and the more mistakes you make and outtakes, but you get better, don't you? It stops it being a scary experience.
yeah, we played together more maybe with youth bands, and then as we got a little bit older, I went to Trinity College of Music, and Joseph, when it was in Marylebone Street, which was great because it was, although the Naval College is really good in Greenwich, what I liked about it being in Marylebone High Street was it was right next to the Academy, Royal Academy of Music, so you had that bigger pool of musicians to all to get together and discuss and drinking Boswell's.
I was going to say in every bar and
yeah, that's it. It was good. So I went there, and mine was strictly a classical course, although I was in the big band there as well. And Josephine went to Guildhall, and when did that become a jazz course? Not on the first year, was it?
The jazz course was already running, but I went on the classical course, and then I switched to the jazz course in my second year, which was, funnily enough, that was probably due to being born in Shetland, because I hadn't planned to actually pursue music at that age, auditioning for music colleges. I'd planned to be an actress, and then my friend Becky, whom I mentioned, was going to do opera at Guildhall. So I sort of followed her. I didn't really have any sense of autonomy. I'd never played any jazz before, and when I got to Guildhall, realised I was on the classical path, and just thought, well, I don't like this at all. I don't really have a passion for classical saxophone. Although I love classical music, I didn't love classical saxophone, so I thought, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing here. And then somebody in the halls of residence that I was in played me some John Coltrane. So that was my my proper introduction to jazz. Yes, and it was a sense of
which album though?
This is what I think it was Love Supreme. I can't quite remember. Maybe I'm romanticising it in my memory, but I think it was Love Supreme, which remains to this day one of my foremost inspirations. But I think at that point I was still terrified of playing jazz. It was unknown. It was just couldn't understand it at all. And yet there was something about this sound of John Coltrane that made me go, I'm going to have to do that. I'm just going to have to get over myself and do it. And I think the reason that, to go back to my original point, the reason that I got into Guildhall to begin with, firstly, maybe there weren't that many classical saxophone players auditioning, but in my interview I met the principal, And he didn't really ask me anything about music. He just noticed on my CV that I was born in Shetland. So we chatted about crofting for about half an hour. And then he said, "Oh, we'll see you in September then."
You're our sort of people, aren't you? Yeah, I like that.
So that was the journey to Guildhall, which
Yeah.
didn't seem particularly usual. But I think that's, you mentioned it at the beginning, that alternative living is really the norm for us, and I think the alternative path was also mine into music.
I
Certainly
think
into
it's
jazz.
incredibly brave. All of the things here. There feels like there's a very strong tone of brave and can do and gonna do anyway. It's just inevitable that it's going to happen because it doesn't feel like any of you have particularly pondered over much. If you
Having
don't mind me
children?
saying,
No, didn't ponder that.
You just did it, didn't
What
you?
a slur on the baby's
No,
name.
I don't think it's a slur. I think it's indicative of watching your rise as a family and as individuals and as musicians and as business owners. And you invent things. You just start stuff, which is very here. It's very about what Hastings is about. But having that bravery and just turning it to come from a classical, which is structure, into jazz, which is
Also structure.
I know. I'm not
Careful,
going there.
careful.
She's going to define jazz.
I'm
not-
not.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
Waiting for somebody to do this,
No
right?
one's going to do that, are they?
No.
But it feels
It's freer, isn't it?
very.
It's freer.
It feels very different. It feels
Yeah.
like they're two completely different islands to
they
reside
are.
in. So you bridge between the two, and you of course you've got swing and you've got big band, and that was a wonderful orchestrated bridge between the two. And then John Coltrane is.
Yeah,
It's like the big island of Britain, that little island somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you two would agree with this, but that idea of bravery and courage, I think sometimes it feels more like it's not necessarily a choice because something pulls you so strongly. And if you don't make that choice, it's almost more painful because you're
pushing yourself away from
you're keeping yourself stuck, and it's so awful to be stuck, and more awful than it is to be. I felt so humiliated all of my time at Guildhall, but I think it would have felt worse. It did feel worse during the first year when I wasn't pursuing what I knew I really had to.
Yeah.
So it didn't feel like I
It
think
wasn't
courage
your
was
choice
there,
anymore.
but it didn't feel necessarily like an easy, unponderable choice of, oh, well, maybe I could play jazz because that sounds cool. It's more, I have to do this because if I don't, I'll perish.
Yeah.
I'd like
put
to
it
bring the
dramatically.
word comfort into that. It's easier to take the comfortable choice.
Where does that
which
lead?
denies you what you're being pulled
The
towards.
comfort zone's quite a dangerous place to be in, to be
Oh,
perfect.
But I
Oh.
think that
Complacent.
is the beginnings. I mean, the Shetland life was wonderful, but very definitely not comfortable. And if you talk to my younger children,
I'm
who
still
are-
recovering from my family.
they lived
got a
there as
tendency to it now.
teenagers, and they would tell, well, they still do, especially when the children are all together and telling stories about what a terrible mother. And
Hang on, we're not allowing that.
No, not terrible.
We make fun of Gwendolyn, but she is a wonderful mother.
oh, bless you.
No, she's not.
Yeah, but as teenagers, they did have a tough, a really.
But you modelled
tough
something
time.
as a
Not
parent.
comfortable.
No, exactly. You modelled the fact that, and that people don't really appreciate this, but when they see somebody living this life day in, day out, I'm going to do something different. You witnessed it with your dad,
Yes.
and it's
Yes.
like, oh, that's right, Dad did it, I can do it. And you did the same, and you, the offspring, the progeny, the wonderful children thereof, do the same. And it's like, it's all right, because Mum did it, grandparents did it. There's no reason why we can't do it. And it's our fear that gets in the way.
Yes.
It's the stumbling block. And I think listening to you, Josephine, talking about, I couldn't live in that classical world anymore. I had to move away, and the pull was so strong. It's almost like you don't have a choice anymore. It becomes an inevitability, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
And it sounds like you did the absolute right thing, because you're very, very well respected when I talk to anybody about you in the town, they go, yeah, Josephine. She's very good. It's so funny when we were at events where you were, and they said, do you know that's Josephine Davis? And I said, I know. I said, she's good, isn't she? I said, she's very good. I said, she's going to do something wonderful. We're all waiting for it. And you do, and you get up there and you just be you. And it's, you know, and now there's some backstory as to how you can do that, which I really love.
Well, I think for me it's all about authenticity, and maybe that's part of the pull. Doesn't necessarily feel that there's a choice. It's something you were destined for. I'm using really dramatic language there, but
DNA.
It's very much about authenticity for me, and I finally feel like I'm getting to that place of not trying to play like somebody else, not trying to follow the path that other players have had, especially as a female jazz musician. And we're still a small pool, growing all the time, but still small. And yes, just doing what I'm hearing and what I want to do, and finding those sounds, which has taken a long, long time, but it really feels like that's available to me now. And I love performing. And I was always very racked with nerves for most performances, and that's really faded. So it's
Fantastic.
Great.
So very tiny toads and other stories, as we could say.
That's not going to make sense until I explain it. Is it?
That's why I broached it.
This is a band that I was playing with in the Hastings Jazz Festival. I'm sure you'll say more about that in a moment. It's a relatively new project with Angus Bishop, who's a drummer who lives in Brighton, and Tim Wells, who's a keyboard player who lives in Lewis. And we had a first gig at the Toad in Worthing, and it was one of those moments where we all went, well, that worked, didn't it? I think we have very similar tastes in music, and that becomes something that we just workshop things and all write for the band, and then also do some arrangements of our favourite band, Radiohead, which is not a jazz outfit. So we've decided to call ourselves a punk jazz outfit.
Nice.
But yeah, we've been playing around town a little bit, and that has become the Very Tiny Toads for reasons that got lost in history, but something to do with playing at the Toad. And then I think Tim came up with that name.
Nice. Have fun with that, do you?
We have a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it's a really fun band.
Yeah. So will you be part of the lineup for the 2026 Jazz Festival?
Barnaby?
I know
that's put me under pressure.
I know, but it's a nice segue though, isn't it? But I know we're projecting quite way into the future, but all this is going to need some massive planning for this one, because it's going to be huge, isn't it? It's going to be huge.
It is. The 2025 festival, by the way, was the first ever, I didn't hear mention of that, the first ever Hastings Jazz Festival. Yeah. And I would like to say actually that we're all motivated, that's the first thing, and none of us identify with those people who say, oh God, I'm really bored.
No.
To us, we think,
boredom.
how on earth have you got time to be bored?
Exactly.
We're flabbergasted, aren't we, all of us? Josephine will say by 8 a.m, I've nearly finished this symphony. Gwendolyn's writing something. If she's not writing something, she's bottling wine or jam or chutneys or something. I've always got lots and lots of things that I want to do and need to do. So I'd also like to shout out to Mike Willis while I can. Yes. He was one of the really influential people for me in 2025. This town has plenty, doesn't it, of talent.
Yeah, totally.
He's a beautiful man. He's a beautiful
almost too many
musician.
musicians.
Almost too many. No, we're very fortunate there. So with him and Simon Hirsch, to be able to put together that jazz festival, which was fantastic, was a great thing. So working with Mike was really, really good, because I love his ideas. One of which is paying musicians properly.
Yeah, I like that one.
Well, Josephine loves that, of course.
As it should be.
The feedback from the festival was all of the musicians got paid properly, which is really what we wanted to be able to do.
Exactly.
And to make things sustainable, we do like to educate people, particularly in Hastings, where there is this feeling of pub bands. Everywhere there's free music. Therefore, musicians play for free. Obviously, a pub's going to pay them, but that's a really unsustainable model.
Yeah, it is.
To try to pay them from bar sales.
Yeah.
Roger Carey, actually, he was here on Sunday,
Yeah.
and he was so grateful because we gave him double the guarantee fee from the audience.
Great.
And he said, yeah, obviously you can't pay it from bar sales. What about your rent and electricity and all the rest of it? So we're very keen to do that. And Mike, of course, is of exactly the same ilk. Here's a great show. That's the ticket price.
And if you
Value
want,
musicians.
absolutely, if you want to have this, because so many people have moved here from London and they say, we came here because all our favourite pubs that we used to go to that had all the great music on, they've closed down. They're all boarded up. Or they've become gastro pubs and they don't have music anymore. But they can come here, and they come here over a few weekends, and then they stay for a week, then they buy a house, and that's how it's worked. But they value that, the fact that on their doorstep they can walk into so many events, and just we haven't got enough room to. We worked it out actually with John Bonus the other day.
Yeah.
Festivals, then fairs, then events, then live music, and you've got this long queue of things. But to actually have you guys stay here and play here for our delectation must pay you. And I love your initiative. So tell me more about this, because I know what you're doing, but you need to tell people what's going on.
Oh, for the live music here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, our model is 100% of the door is for the musicians, and we will do everything we can.
Yeah.
What we don't do is want people to come in. I've had this before where they've come in and they've ordered a whole load of cocktails, and then when we've come and said there is a £6 charge for the music, they've said, "Oh, I don't want to pay that."
Yeah.
And I thought, well,
You talked all the way through the band. Come on.
yeah,
play.
you've really enjoyed the music.
Yeah.
That seems unfair. If you are on a budget, have a cup of tea. But make sure you pay the music.
Absolutely.
We're not greedy there, and we're not trying to make lots and lots of money. We're just trying to make a sustainable model that supports all of the arts.
Yeah.
And I mean, yesterday was such a nice example with the Writers' Cafe going on upstairs. Do you know Katie Lee, by the way? Have you ever interviewed her?
Katie, what, the artist, Katie Lee?
She's
Am I thinking the same person?
Well, she's a writer. She's got quite the CV and credentials. She was named one of London's most influential people in 2008 by the Evening Standard, and she is one of
L-E-E or L-I-G-H?
L-E-E.
Oh.
And she, with Nika Talbot, who's also an award-winning writer,
Yeah.
they host the Writers' Cafe upstairs.
Yeah.
So that was going on upstairs.
Yeah.
Gwendolyn was downstairs not interviewing, she was talking to the Hastings Book Festival directors because of the fringe that we run here.
So
there was
meeting.
a meeting.
And it was a meeting in inverted
They
commas.
called it a meeting. She's got a pint of lager.
We're talking
meeting.
about what we're going to be doing next.
But she's supporting the
Yes.
business. Yeah.
Absolutely. And there's a couple in for birthday cocktails. It was
Yeah.
just such a nice vibe with everything going on here. And I hope everybody knows that we are also an art gallery.
Yeah, no, sure.
All of this art is by local artists. It's curated by either Tessa Tonnett, the portrait artist, or Louise Whitten, who's a phenomenal photographer and
I
artist.
have worked by both of them.
Yay!
They're
There we
amazing.
are. Yeah.
Very good.
Over 2 floors. That's the other thing. People don't
I'm going
always
to
realise
stop
it's
you.
art
I'm going to
upstairs.
stop you.
Yeah.
Because I was hoping you'd talk about the fact that you are now going to be charging for live music. Is that right? Have I got
Yes,
that?
it's
Did I get that wrong?
It's always been that way, but it's been more of
It's
a
past the hat kind of arrangement.
suggestion. What's really difficult in this bar is if somebody wants to go and sit upstairs and have a cocktail, are we going to charge them an entry? It's a difficult one, particularly when there's a back door as well, and people slip in. We're gradually educating them, and almost always people do come and chase us round and say, let me just pay the music charge. So it depends who the band is, but it's a £6 minimum. Often people put in more than that, which is very nice. And I think I'll work on that model as we go, but it has to be a sustainable model so that we can have live music a lot, which is really the goal. Musicians get paid and the bar makes something as well. That's
Exactly.
working
And
that out.
this could be a model that goes on into different venues. So
Yeah.
hopefully this will spread.
I would love that. The way I think of this is more like, say, the White Rock or the
Because you're only
Stables.
buying another pint of beer, aren't you?
That's it. It's the price of a pint.
Price of a pint.
Yeah.
So it's not brain surgery. Is
No.
it?
So if
Or
I
the
said
rocket science.
if I said something like the White Rock or the Kino or the Stables, for example, you're paying for a show.
Yeah.
There's a bar there.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm having a drink, so therefore I'm entitled
Focus is
to.
different.
Yeah, it's just adjusting the focus.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done.
So that's-
I
thank
wouldn't
you.
want to take you off your thing, but I think
Ah.
that's a really important model when you're talking about
Yeah.
how people get paid. And,
Well, the other thing I
sustaining
will,
that.
the other thing I will say is that particularly for this venue with its capacity, it's probably the only model that makes sense because there are pubs in the old town and they've got 3 times our capacity,
Absolutely.
so they can fill that up. They can make more on drink sales, but it's still, I think, a difficult model. And as you've just said, bars have gone bust. Pubs are doing. I can think of places that I love in the old town that are doing less live music because it's how do they pay the musicians? Yeah.
But they could adopt this, and it literally.
I'd love that.
If we frame this in, because I like to frame things,
Right.
it's an extra pint
There you
for
go.
a
That's
night of entertainment. What is wrong with that? And for every person that is in that room, that would be sufficient.
Yes,
that's
and why
better.
is it that we have this idea that musicians shouldn't be paid?
I don't
Because we're having
understand it.
fun and therefore it's just
Oh,
a
because
hobby.
you enjoy it.
Yes.
Oh, that one.
Gosh,
Yes.
we're so
all
as
that
chefs.
work that you've
Yeah.
done, all that work that you've done. Actually, talking of chefs,
5 years of
Talina,
Talking
we
of
might
chefs.
want to bring the lovely chef up for a little bit
I
of a
assume
chat.
he's knocked up a bit of kedgeree.
Do you think a kedgeree?
Certainly on
I love it.
That was a nice
I love it.
segue.
Very nice segue.
Let's talk about Kalina, because Kalina is a not fan of being in front of the camera. I know a
No.
lot of people are, and that's fine.
Kalina is my partner. of
She
course,
is your
yeah.
partner. What a wonderful
And
one. Integral part.
Without her, there would be no Barnaby's.
Oh,
I could say that for sure.
wow.
She came, and she won't say this on camera necessarily, but she arrived in Hastings in about 2018.
Yeah.
And she literally just saw the sea, felt some sort of energy, and said, I'm going to live here.
Yeah.
We did nearly meet a couple of times. That's a slightly longer story. I don't know
It
whether
drew
we-
you, did it? It drew you?
Yes,
Yes. And you couldn't resist.
I couldn't.
And you have become an integral part of this town, and often people, they just say, oh well, it's Barnaby. It's not Barnaby alone
No.
any more
No,
than any of these
certainly.
ventures are. Come down, Chris. Come down. Come join us.
If maybe if I could just say the
Little
story of how we got the bar.
Yeah.
So before we got the bar, we actually were looking at a cafe in the old town, which
Oh.
won't mention the name of it, which was definitely going to happen
Yeah.
until it definitely didn't happen.
Oh.
But Kalina had her heart set on it, and I promised her that we could do it.
Yeah.
So that went along for a little bit because from my side we could do it.
Yeah.
We had some funds to do it. So what happened when they pulled out of that and Kalina was distraught, she went online and
Right.
saw that this bar,
Yeah.
which was at the time called Le Petit
It's
Balcon,
Balcon. Oh, yes, I remember it.
was available,
Yeah.
but not as a business because it had been closed for a year.
Oh.
So just to go back one stage,
Mm.
we met in the old town. Tell you more about that story if you like. I knew she was the right girl. One of the things that she said when we first met is, how many countries have you been to? And I thought, well, I've got this, slam dunk. I've been everywhere,
Yeah.
82 countries.
Wow.
And she said, I've been to 85, I think we'll get on.
Oh. I love the competition.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Best you though.
Yeah, she was a senior stylist on the Royal Caribbean ships. So.
Yeah.
So we met in the old town. I knew she was a special girl, and I wanted to take
She's a
her.
woman, darling, by the way.
Righto.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I'm in
Hello,
trouble.
1970.
I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. Right. Anyway, I knew I wanted to take her somewhere really special,
Yeah.
so we came here when it was still open
Yeah.
in about March, April 2022, and Josephine used to play saxophone here.
Yeah.
We drank some wine here. Essentially, we fell in love in this bar.
Oh.
So, when the cafe didn't work out, Kalina went online and said, this place is available. There's no business there. We'd have to start from scratch, but maybe could you do a deal with the freeholders? At least inquire. So we did that, and we ended up with the bar, and we actually opened as Le Petit Balcon.
Yeah, I remember it.
For a little bit until we realised that didn't really make sense anymore because we weren't a French restaurant.
No.
So the story there basically is that without Kalina this wouldn't have happened. And I was very pleased that we've got this because our third date was in porters, and I thought George is never going to sell me porters.
No.
So there we are.
No.
So it's Barnaby's, but it's because of Kalina, and I love her very much.
Fantastic. Kalina, we have a lot to thank you for.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
The driving force, the visionary, I think, in some ways.
The visionary.
Yeah.
So we've got great drinks, we've got great vibes,
Yeah.
we've got great food now as well.
Okay. What
Oh, there seems to be a oh, there he is. What ho, Chris?
Hello.
So, Chris, yeah, I still haven't tasted your food. I was hoping to today,
dear,
but
it's
you're obviously
wonderful.
very busy.
Always busy.
Always busy. So when did you join Barnaby's?
3 months ago.
Oh, that soon.
That's it.
Yeah.
And what a relief that was for all of us.
Oh,
Yes.
in what way?
Well,
I did some tapas once, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't
Did
go
go
well.
in.
It didn't go well.
So you wanted to become a food venue. So,
Yeah.
so tell us more about the story.
Well, I just sort of walked in. I've been here a couple of times. I really like the vibe.
Yeah,
I really like the music.
yeah.
And I saw the potential for food. So I just walked in and had a chat with Barnaby and hoped I would get a job here.
Yeah. So what's your history?
My history is I've been training as a chef since a young lad. I guess I kind of started in my grandma's kitchen in Wales,
Cool.
and she was a farmhouse cook.
Yeah.
So even when I was 8 years old, I was helping out in the kitchen and then working on the farmyard. Did a bit of both.
Yeah.
But I fell in love with food very early on. And then there was a really nice Belgian restaurant in Freecox near Brecon in Wales. It was a 15th century coach house, absolutely beautiful hotel, and they did really refined French food. And I worked there, I kind of started there, worked there for 8 years until I retired, while doing college as well. College wasn't so enjoyable, but the work in the hotel was very, very good.
Yeah.
Then I kind of didn't do anything for a few years, did some other jobs, partied a bit, had a bit of a social life,
Yeah.
and then I moved to Italy. I moved to Rome,
Oh.
and I worked out there for 4.5 years. I trained under another very good chef, Cristiano Catapano, who is now Michelin in Milan.
Well.
So that was a fantastic experience.
Yeah. So your pedigree itself, from French to Italian.
Yes, even French food is kind of in all fine dining. So
Yeah.
even if you're in Italy, the French skills are still there. Like the Italians use, the French way of cooking
Yeah,
for
of course. It's
for fine
standard.
dining as well. So yeah, it's very transferable.
Yeah. So what's it like to work at Barnaby's?
Liberating for a chef,
Yeah.
because I'm my own boss as a pop-up restaurant here.
Yeah.
And Barnaby is very supportive. So yeah, very liberating.
So-
Just to
I like
make a distinction there, it is Powell's Kitchen at Barnaby's. So food revenue goes to Chris.
Yeah.
He's running the kitchen.
So it's Powell's, Chris Powell.
Chris Powell.
Yeah, nice. Oh,
Good, isn't it?
I like what you do.
Yeah, well, we
So
tried.
he's not working for you,
Oh,
working
definitely
with
not.
you, so
I
collaborating.
work for him
again.
most of the time, making coffee.
No, I love that. It's much more respectful. It's a lot more
Yeah.
dignified than having somebody under your belt.
Absolutely.
This is great. No, I love that. I'm going to ask you the corny question. What's your signature dish?
Yeah, it's a difficult one to answer because I love so many different aspects of
Because you do
cooking.
Sunday roasts here as well. So
I do Sunday roast
you
here
embrace
as well.
the British tradition.
Oh, you got to.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
got to.
again, that's kind of the roots from Wales, I suppose.
And
we
what a
did.
perfect combination, Sunday jazz with Sunday lunch.
Yeah.
It's
Nice.
just
Book tables.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is the one thing that's hitting off.
yeah,
Is the Sunday lunch.
yeah.
I guess signature, I would say definitely the fresh pastas, the raviolis, the lasagna.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more unique than your average lasagna, I think. But yeah, then again, I've still got a lot to give here yet that I haven't put on the menus. And
I love that. Awesome.
so yeah, and I have a little platform where I put all the specials on.
Nice.
So that'll be the.
Oh, stop that. Oh, yeah, I can just see them. That's not. I'm going to start rocking in a minute because I haven't eaten. But so what's coming up for you as a chef?
I think building the Pal's Kitchen
Yeah.
is my main thing to do now, and run it as my own business, which has its challenges and a massive learning curve for me. Being head chef is one thing, but then actually it's your own money, so
Yeah.
it's a,
But it comes in. You weren't here earlier when we were talking about how brave you have to be but it's almost in your DNA. But when you're like all the things that happen at Barnaby's, the writing, the art, the exhibitions, the music, the cocktails, but everything that happens here has a brave sense to it. It feels like, no, we're just doing it. We're just doing it anyway. We're not thinking about it too much, which comes back from
That's a
lovely
bit close to the truth, isn't it, Chris? Chris didn't do any marketing when he first started. He just said word will spread, and actually organically it has, isn't it?
Oh, it has definitely, because I hear about you.
Oh, good, because he's
I
still
hear about
not
you from people.
well enough known, despite
Yeah.
being a fantastic chef. And you didn't say, did you, about your head chef position in Battle? Do you want to
No,
mention
yeah.
that? Maybe not the pub if it's.
No. I enjoyed it in Battle as well. It was a transfer from Brighton. So when I first started working in Battle as a head chef at Checkers Inn, I was driving from Brighton to every day, hour and a quarter there and hour and a quarter back, because I was moving to Hastings.
Yeah.
So it was always like a transfer job.
Yeah.
I enjoyed my time there. It had its challenges. It was very much a difficult place to work, and I'd never worked in a pub, so that was probably why it was more difficult for me.
Yeah.
Because I was so used to sort of fine dining restaurants.
Yeah.
Because I was running. Before that, I was running my own restaurant. I didn't own it, but I was the head chef there, and it was literally just me and a couple of waitresses in Cookfield near Havers Heath. A really small, number 1 it was called, which was really, really nice place to work as well. And that was just after the pandemic, so it was struggling.
Tricky time.
Yeah, I think in the end it went bankrupt.
Yeah.
You had 2 restaurants and you just couldn't keep that one going.
Yeah. So the fact you're here, and I would say thriving, listening to how people speak about you and your food.
Well, yes, I feel like it's had a good start.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's being consistent is the key.
Yeah, I totally agree. So we've got to, darling, because we're part of the Sunday Lunch Club, aren't we?
Yeah.
The St Leonard's Sunday Lunch Club. We try every Sunday lunch in town and beyond. We're ruthless, actually. But we're going to have to come and
It's a reputation before we.
I know, it's shocking. But we've all got, there's about 15 of us, and we all have very diverse ideas about whether stuff is nice or not. Completely. Everyone would just sit there and go, well, what are our thoughts? And we sit there like a load of Jay Rayners saying, well, what about this and what about that? I just like food, me personally. I'm very easy to please. So as long as it's hot and delicious, I'm very happy.
Yeah, we'd love to have you.
We'll come and sample. What are we doing Sunday? We're not doing anything, are we? Ooh, we might have to
I think
book.
we're coming to Barnaby.
I think we're coming to Barnaby. I know that sounds like a terrible plug, and it wasn't meant to be, but it's. I just realised because this Sunday we're free, so we'll have to book in, and then we'll do a review. But I'm really yes.
My younger son is a chef.
Is he? Oh.
Yeah.
We
He started off as a trombonist, but that passed him by. He couldn't
It's too
compete with
difficult.
Barnaby,
Too difficult.
so he became a chef
Not long
instead.
enough farm. Is that what it was?
Well, not when he was tiny, no.
Oh, we used to have a little handle attached to the slide, didn't we?
Yes,
That's right.
because his arms weren't
Yeah.
long enough. Yeah.
I love what you do here. I think as a family, I think you're extraordinary. Honestly, I really do. I think each of you, and I count
Yeah, they're
Kalina
part of
and
the family.
Chris absolutely is
Yes.
part of the Barnaby family.
Yeah.
I think it's important what you do. I think your ethos is fantastic. Try and say that again, perhaps.
Have another go.
Ethos is fantastic. Your collaboration efforts, the fact that you want to get more for people to generate income for people who everybody thinks just does it for the love of it. Food and music. No, pay
Food,
for
music.
it. Little bit, move the energy around the town. Come on.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a community space here as well.
Massively.
We have, next Monday we have a collaging workshop.
Ooh.
Kalina loves doing those.
Oh.
That's on Monday afternoon. Somebody's just got in touch to see if they could do another painting workshop.
Fantastic.
So basically, it is a community space.
Yeah.
The whole venue is for, I say hire, we try never to charge anybody for hiring the venue. If you want 6 people on and you want us to close on a Saturday night, that's not going to work.
No.
But generally speaking, yeah, we will just give people the venue to do what they would like to do.
Nice to know.
So it's good. Hopefully it's good for the community and there is something for everybody. That's
I
what
love
we're
it.
going for, isn't it?
Considering it's a bit like TARDIS, because you look at it from outside and you think, yeah. And then you walk in and I just feel it when I'm in here. It's a really good feel.
That's
Really
nice
good
to
feel.
hear, yeah.
No, it's good.
That's
I love
nice
it. I
to
love
hear.
it very much. Can I thank you all for your time today and giving us
Thank you.
the town a window into your world, even though briefly, because we could expand this and do one on each of you at some point in the future. But Kalina, over there, she says, I'm not here, thank you very much. I'm not here. But thank you, Kalina.
Yeah, thank you, Kalina.
Thank you,
Kalina.
Joseph Phoenix.
Yeah, Joseph Phoenix.
Joseph
I like
Phoenix.
that, yeah.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, it's great.
Thank you, Gwendolyn, and thank you, Barnaby. Our town has plenty. La la la. I love you all. Let's all get in. Come on, Chris. Yay!
Or mine.
Ding, ding, ding. Oh, okay. Lovely. Thank you so much.